Snakes. Late winter, early spring, snakes come out of hibernation and try to warm up and find food. If you do see a snake, don't be too afraid because chances are it's not going to hurt you if you're not bothering it. Well, snake sightings are common, especially around heavily vegetative areas. We have a lot of trails out there on the mountains, and of course, forestry, another hot spot for snakes.
Yeah, I've seen them in my yard as well throughout the summer months. And Fox Carolina's Jarvis Robertson spent the day learning more about what you need to do if you spot a snake, and he's here in the studio with more. Jarvis.
Well, guys, I'll be the first to admit, like most people, I don't like snakes, don't want to see them. However, today I learned that most snakes are docile and you don't have to be afraid of them necessarily if you're not trying to bother it.
As long as you leave them alone, they'll pretty much leave you alone.
Warmer temperatures mean more snake sightings. Some people may not know this, but snakes are rather calm in nature. I spoke to Greg Askew, director of Izzy's Pond in Easley. He says more people are bitten by snakes when they try to kill them or pick them up.
They have horrible eyesight, so if they actually come in your direction, it's atypically you just happen to be in the area that they're wanting to go.
One of the most common snakes you would see here in the upstate is a copperhead, but that's not the only one.
They're pretty much the primary venomous snake that you'll find. There are no water moccasins, contrary to what a lot of people think in the upstate, and more towards the mountains you might see a timber rattlesnake.
In addition to those snakes, you'll probably see black and brown snakes as well. And seeing them in public places or around your home isn't uncommon for this time of year.
The weather's warmed up. They're hungry. They're just starting to get active, coming out of their winter dens.
With the upstate continuing to increase in population, snakes are being pushed out of their territories, leaving them to find new living spaces. Now, the good thing about them, they help keep the ecosystem in check and even your home gardens.
Most snakes eat rodents. Some of the smaller garden snakes eat insects and slugs. One of the really neat things about black rat snakes is one of their favorite animals to eat is a copperhead.
The best thing for you to do is not panic if you do see a snake in your yard. I'm told you can try spraying it with a water hose at a safe distance and they'll go away. And also,
if you don't want them in your yard or on your property, the best thing to do is keep all the underbrush and all the debris and clutter away from your house.
Now, it's suggested that you become familiar with snakes if you're going to spend a little bit more time outside, just so you can identify them. The main thing to remember is remain calm if you see one and don't try to handle it if you're not trained to do that. Cody, Diana.
So, Jarvis, will Izzy's Pond go and pick up a snake from someone's home if they find one?
Well, yes, they will. Once they rescue a snake from a person's property, they then go and release it back into wild. That's if it's not needing any special type of attention. Jarvis Robertson, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.